Hello and welcome to Conspiracize Me. This is the third episode, and on this episode, I am going to be covering whether or not aliens exist. What are they, and what could they possibly want with visitations to us here on Earth? Conspiracize Me is dedicated to looking at conspiracy theories, asking questions, and figuring out whether or not they have enough proof behind them that they are in fact true, or at least worth giving more time to investigating. I am not a conspiracy theorist. A lot of these conspiracy theories I am new to or haven't really given much time to flesh out, even what I think about them or trying to see what other people think about them. But aliens is one of those things where no matter who you talk to, somebody has an opinion about it. I, of course, have an opinion about it. It is not well founded. It's not deep and structured. However, the point of this episode is to take ChatGPT and try and figure out what it is that surrounds our thinking about aliens. Anything surrounding that topic. Is it true? Is it not true? And what are the implications based on the findings? To me, it's more science fiction that they are real. And it's a good story to kind of freak people out. We're going to go ahead and get into it. What is the conspiracy theory surrounding aliens? The alien conspiracy theory isn't one single theory. It's a cluster of related beliefs trying to explain UFO, UAPs, government secrecy, and humanity's place in the universe. A lot of conspiracy theories have to do with, does the government have enough power over truth to hide it and give us a semblance of the truth, but it's not the whole truth? You can give me some of the truth, but if it's not the whole truth, you're just a liar. At its heart, the conspiracy claims that non-human intelligences have visited Earth and that governments, especially the US, know far more than they admit and are actively hiding it. And my good friend Merriam-Webster says, conspiracy theory is a theory asserting that a secret of great importance is being kept from the public. And yeah, I would think that if intelligences outside of the human race are coming and visiting Earth from outside, that's a pretty big secret to hide. Now, how is it possible that the government can intercept these intelligences and these intelligences can't get around the government? Does that make our government smarter than these creatures that are coming from outer space? Are these intelligences understanding that there's a hierarchy to our human civilization, and so they purposefully come to the government first? Maybe that's their way of knocking on the door, asking permission to enter the house. I don't know. But it seems if the government can actively hide that intelligences are visiting the Earth from outside of it, the government is either A, outsmarting these intelligences coming from outer space, so they're not as intelligent as we may think, or B, these intelligences are in fact intelligent, for sure more intelligent than us. It just is that they are also very respectful and coming to our leaders and asking permission. Hey, can we show ourselves? When's the right time to show ourselves? You know your people more than we do. Is it going to freak them out if we show ourselves? Do we have to put on clothes? Stuff like that. I don't know. Maybe the government's like, yeah, put on clothes, look like the rest of us, put on this suit, jump into office. I don't know if that's how it is, but number one, UFOs equal alien craft. Unidentified flying objects, now called UAPs, are said to be advanced extraterrestrial vehicles. Their flight behavior, instant acceleration, no visible propulsion, sharp turns, is cited as evidence they're not human-made. I'll take this one by one as I go through. Is it possible that these unidentified flying objects are made by the government? Is it possible that the government is not trying to hide intelligences from outer space, but trying to hide its own intelligence? You don't think that the government has reason to hide all that it knows? You don't think that the government wants to trick perhaps other governments into thinking that the machinery that it's working on is actually, we don't own it, we don't know it, this is far superior than anything that we have, but really we're testing out our own aircrafts, we're testing out our own machinery, we're hiding a test from the rest of the world. And our citizens don't have to know that either because they're nosy. They try to pick our brains, figure out what we're doing, and thereby putting our intelligence that we're trying to hide from the rest of the world at risk. Perhaps by labeling it a UFO, the government is in effect saying, we don't trust even the people to know what we're up to, so we're going to trick them or try to fake them into thinking that this is coming from the outside when it's really coming from their own homeland. Number 2, government cover-ups. Governments allegedly recover crashed craft and bodies. Information is buried under national security, black budgets, and classification. Whistleblowers claim retaliation or silencing. Key location, Area 51. Rumored to house alien technology, reverse engineering. Area 51, why is that so secretive? Perhaps I should look into Area 51. Number 3, Roswell, 1947. Official story, weather balloon. Conspiracy story, alien craft, crash recovered, bodies included. This event becomes the genesis moment of alien secrecy culture. We gotta figure that out. Number 4, alien abductions. People report being taken, experimented on, memory wiped. Similar stories across cultures and decades. Common features, paralysis, bright light, grays. If you're going to say you have this wild story of how you've been taken and how you were worked on, it's possible that it's hysteria. It's possible that it's hallucination. It's possible that you say you saw something when you really didn't. It was a dream. Could even have been a memory implanted by hypnosis. Depends on what kind of experiment you allowed yourself to be part of. It's not unheard of that the mind will think it saw something, but it really didn't. Grays. I wonder what grays are. Number 5, ancient aliens. Aliens visited ancient civilizations and helped build pyramids, Stonehenge, etc. Humanity's early technological leaps are attributed to outside help. Every good idea is inspired and comes from somewhere. It is said that people have thought of great ideas in their sleep. Is it possible that these civilizations ate better, slept better, had a lot more ingenuity, even if they didn't have the technology to create these things in mass or to share these ideas with the world? That in pockets of civilizations, they had the ingenuity, the intellect to make tools that could do things that we can't even consider today because we don't have that same type of creativity. It's possible that the people in ancient civilizations were inspired differently than our civilization today. It's possible that they had an enhanced brain because ours is so distracted. Number 6, secret agreements. Governments allegedly made deals with aliens. Technology in exchange for secrecy or human experimentation. Perhaps I can understand why the government would want to be secretive, but aliens? If your technology is so far advanced, well, why would you come here and suddenly have respect for the government, but not respect for the people that they are in charge of because now you're performing human experiments? That doesn't make any sense. Number 7, disclosure is coming. Belief that governments are slowly preparing the public. The government is saying, we have something, we just want to prepare you for it. We don't want you to panic. So what? They don't want to lose their hold on the people. There are numerous cities across the country, numerous countries across the world whose people are becoming anxious and creating unrest, not because of aliens not being disclosed. People are tired of being governed by leadership that is inept, doesn't care for the people, or cares more about their power than about the people that they were supposed to serve with that power. And we want to talk about how the government is dripping information, slowly preparing us for what they know about aliens, as if that's the biggest thing to worry about. We're trying to think about how do we live together in this world in peace. We're trying to fix our relationship with each other, and you're trying to drip us information about aliens. And if the government is saying that they have information that they're slowly dripping, then whatever it is that they're saying is a distraction. You think they're trying to distract us from aliens. What if aliens is the distraction from more important things that have to do with here, at home, with one another? Even if you're not a conspiracy theorist, thinking about aliens brings a bit more purpose, a bit more clarity. Yeah, I knew we weren't alone. I knew that this life was bigger than what it looked. It just seems like life has more to it than what's right in front of me. The universe is humongous. This planet is beautiful. There's more to life than just this, than just here, than just what I can see, than just my tiny frame of time on this planet. There's more. I'm part of a bigger picture, and I want to know what that is. For a lot of people, aliens fit the bill. There are 4 things that I wanted to check out. What's been confirmed about UAPs? What is Area 51? Explain Roswell. Explain the concept of grays in alien abductions. Number 1, what's been confirmed about UAPs? Unidentified aerial phenomena. UAPs are real observations, not imaginary. Governments, especially the US, have officially acknowledged that military pilots and sensors have recorded objects they could not immediately identify. Some UAPs show unusual characteristics. Reported features include no visible propulsion, rapid acceleration, ability to hover, then instantly move at high speed, seamless movement between air and water called transmedium travel. So it can just go at the same speed into the water without slowing down, and it can go the same speed from water to air without any sort of pushback from the pressure of the water. The Pentagon has released footage. Unidentified does not mean alien, it simply means we don't currently know what this is. And so it's possible that they've seen something for the first time and said, never seen this before, but our sensors don't know what this is. Most explanations still fall into advanced foreign drones, classified US tech, sensor errors. Honestly, when it comes down to it, I think it's possible that other governments who have access to money for their scientists, for their engineers, who can work tirelessly on this technology, on trying to outbeat their opponents. I think it's possible to come up with something that's never been seen before. The government perhaps is trying to hide the fact that there's potentially stronger technology out there than what we have the capability of stopping. And the people are just trying to grasp at answers, upset that they're not getting answers from their own government, or again, that it's a whole big hoax. And our government knows they made it, and they just don't want anybody else to know. Number 2, what is Area 51? Area 51 is a real, highly classified U.S. military installation in Nevada. It's used to test experimental aircraft and weapons systems. Secrecy is extreme. During the Cold War, aircraft like the U-2 spy plane and SR-71 Blackbird were tested there. Civilians seeing strange craft in the sky reported UFOs because the tech was decades ahead of public aviation. And when something is so secretive, people will try their best to explain what's happening behind the doors that they can't see through. Or maybe they're just testing things that we're not even ready to see. Number 3, the Roswell incident, 1947. This is the origin story of modern UFO conspiracy culture. Something crashed near Roswell, New Mexico. The local military base initially issued a press release saying they recovered a flying disc. The statement was quickly retracted and replaced with, it was a weather balloon. A disc, a balloon. Doesn't seem like it fits. It was part of Project Mogul, a top-secret program using high-altitude balloons designed to detect Soviet nuclear tests. So maybe they said it was a disc. Claim anything so as to confuse everybody, trying to figure out how we are going to hide the fact that we are testing things. Because the project was classified, the military lied about it. Let the people, without the people even knowing that they're doing this, carry on a lie, a story about something that didn't happen, and the government doesn't even have to pay money to try and make up a story. The people will do it on their own. The work is done for you by the people who are going to propagate the lie that you wanted them to believe in the first place. Nothing so far has said aliens are real, they've visited, they've shown themselves. Number 4, grays in alien abduction accounts. Grays is in quotations. Grays are the most commonly described beings in alleged alien abductions. Typical description: short, 3 to 5 feet, thin, gray skin, large, black, almond-shaped eyes, small mouth, minimal nose, no visible ears, emotionless or telepathic communication. Abduction reports beginning in the 1950s and 60s. Is it possible in the 1950s and 60s there's some sort of perhaps experimentation going on with some people? Planting memories, planting thoughts and ideas into people's heads is a thing. If you can get into somebody's mind, if you can open it up and have that person believe a thing that you are planting in, their brain is going to try and fill in the spaces, and all sorts of weird things happen when the mind tries to fill in spaces. You have memories and something typically changes about how you see the memory. It's one thing to experience something, it's another thing to remember how that experience was after the fact. And oftentimes, as it is, we insert little details here and there that are not necessarily as it happened. Common abduction themes: sleep paralysis, bright light, inability to move, medical examination, missing time. What do all those have in common? It happens when your mind is vulnerable. If something like this happened to somebody and they had memories, could be that those memories were implanted. It really doesn't take much to have a rogue thought in your mind to fill in the gaps and try to figure out, why is this here? I don't know why this is here, but I'm going to make it make sense. Your mind doesn't necessarily need to fill it in with truth just with what makes sense. Without going too much further into this alien business, the universe is vast, and there's so much we don't know about it. But you know what else is super interesting, and perhaps more interesting than that of space? It's the human brain. It's how we think. It's the supercomputer of our mind. How does the mind work? And I think that has a lot to do with what we think we see, what we want to see, what we wish we were seeing, what we wish were true. Have I been conspiracized to believe that aliens exist? I will not go as far as to say aliens do not exist, but I will say that all that we are seeing or think we are seeing is not coming to us from outer space. They are things that are already here, that have been here. There's nothing coming from outside to inside. It's already here. Whether it be our technology as a country or other governments' technology making its way into our atmosphere, in our airspace, or whether it be our minds filling in the gaps for what we want to see, what we think is real, perhaps reframe the question. What is it that is already here that could be showing itself, that could be manifesting itself? Instead of wild speculations, why don't we ask basic, simple questions of what's already here? For everything that we've seen, for all the data that we have, I don't think aliens are responsible. As of right now, the explanation can be found here, not out there. Alright, well that does it for this episode of Conspiracize Me. Moving on to the mysteries behind assassinations. Thanks for watching.